Nick, Atlanta Falcons coaches and staff have had a lot to say about their third round pick, Desmond Ridder, quarterback from Cincinnati. What do you have on this?
So Gabriel Burns over at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution had a good report about Desmond Ridder after Ridder's first experience with rookie minicamp with the Falcons. Burns wrote this: "We don't know what will become of Desmond Ridder's career. After all, the list of third-round picks turned franchise quarterbacks is brief. But if he isn't the Falcons' answer, it won't be because he doesn't quote get it. Third-round quarterbacks aren't expected to be the solution. Otherwise, they could go in the first day. For every Russell Wilson, there are a bunch of Brody Quirrells and Mason Rudolphs. Ridder is aspiring to be an exception. He wants his name next to Wilson, not Rudolph. This is a player who won 44 games in his college career. At Cincinnati, but would you feel any better if you were losing games on a worse team at Missouri? The NFL cast doubt on Ridder when he fell out of the first round. The quarterback class was lamented for months, and the draft echoed that sentiment when only one, Kenny Pickett, went in the first round. The Falcons then went on to take Ridder at number 74. Desmond Ridder has said, at the end of the day, I was a second quarterback taken off the board. Obviously, I wanted to be the first one, but kind of saw how this draft went. Saw that everyone was slipping and a lot of wide receivers taken, whatever it may have been. I'm just blessed to have this opportunity to be out here, play this game I love in a beautiful city, a beautiful place, a beautiful facility. So yes, I'm going to take it and use it as a chip, but no, it's not something I'll think about every day." All right, Miles, you kind of look at Desmond Ridder, and there's been a lot of analysis on Ridder, but how about his maturity and his calmness? Everyone seems to be raving about how he's handling himself so far in his NFL career.
Yeah, no, I think he is mature, and because his new coaches are saying it, and per PFF, that's one thing his old coaches would rave about was his work ethic and leadership. So if everybody's saying it, it has to be true. So the Falcons should be very excited about Ridder to come in as a leader. That's what you want in a quarterback, a guy who's a leader, who has a strong work ethic, willingness to learn the playbook. But Ridder's already a quick processor. He has a very quick release, and he's able to see what's happening during the play very easily. Also, he's a great athlete. So if you get him out into the open field as a runner, he can make big plays any given time. And that's another thing that I really like in a rookie quarterback is the ability. We see most of the high-level rookie quarterbacks in the past few years, they've been able to make plays with their legs. Maybe they're not Lamar Jackson, but Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, even with the Panthers. I mean, he wasn't good, but they made plays with their legs. You know what I mean? That's one attribute they have. Throw the defense off. So I like Ridder, and I love that the coaches are talking about his hard work and his leadership.
Yeah, you probably had Falcon fans excited with the first two comparisons. That third one probably turned them off a little bit. But
take them down just a
bit. just lower the comp a little bit. But when I look at later round picks in the draft at the quarterback position, kind of third round area, when I look at the guys that have been successful, I look at Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. The thing that jumps out to all of them is maturity. It's leadership. Right. All those three guys obviously had physical tools issues coming out of college. That was the reason they fell in the draft. But their maturity, toughness, leadership, all those intangible traits is why they rose to their starting roles and have carried them and held them to this day. And, when you look at Ridder, he was, according to Burns, he says Ridder has perfectly towed that fine line of confidence and arrogance. He believes his leadership style has already resonated with teammates. Ridder said, as a quarterback, that's kind of your role. Naturally, it's time to be that leader. So to do that naturally without making it forced or making it too hard on other guys, I think that's what comes easy for me. So I love the confidence, but I love the fact his confidence is about how he carries. He's not like overly confident in his just arm talent or think, oh, look how good I am, how talented and fast, big, strong, tough I am. He takes pride in his confidence as a leader and setting the example, which I think is an important trait at the quarterback position because you need to have a guy who's a grown-up, who's mature, and willing to take on that leadership role.
Yeah, I think Ridder is the perfect pick for the Falcons here. And another thing that I've been thinking about is how perfect it lines up for the Falcons to have brought in Marcus Mariota, another guy who's used to a very quick offense, having been in Oregon, having been at Tennessee. And he also uses his legs quite a bit as well in his play style. So it's a good person for Ridder to bounce things off of, get some ideas for. But ultimately, I think Ridder probably will be taking over the helm of this offense.
Yeah, he probably, maybe not immediately, but definitely as the season goes on, especially if the Falcons start slow. But let's remember that all the commentary out of Atlanta is how Ritter is handling Mariota and really appreciating his presence and not outwardly making that a contentious relationship, which again just speaks to his, his leadership, his demeanor. It's very almost Russell Wilson-esque. Remember the Seahawks brought in Matt Flynn and then drafted Wilson. Everyone thought Flynn was the guy, and then Russell Wilson quietly, through his play on the field and his leadership off of it, beat out Flynn and the rest of Seahawks and now Broncos history. I mean, obviously, it's maybe a little early to make that comp, but all the signs are pointing that way, which is a good sign if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan.